What's good, YouTube? This is MetaSnake88 here, bringing you my 3-in-1 locals deck profile for Solfachord Yummy. Like I said, we went 3-in-1. Me and my friend ended up getting a double loss in time, so we ended up splitting first and second. So yeah, I tried out Solfachord Yummy at locals for the first time. I think I like it way more than pure. I think it's like pure but with a kick. It has so much extra combo potential, so many extra points of interaction. I feel like the inboard is a lot better since you're in with an Omni Negate from the Solfachord cards. Let's just get into the profile, and then I'll go over some of the combos with the Solfachord engine. So as far as Yummy engine, we still got 3 Cupsy. That's we're on 3 Marshmallow still, and still on 2 Cookie and 2 Lolipo. I didn't want to change that too much. The only real change to the engine, still on 1 Surprise, still on 1 Mignon, is I chose not to play a Croaky today. I feel like that was a pretty bad decision. I'll be playing a Croaky going forward. There was a lot of times when a Croaky would have helped me out of some situations I was in. Overall, deck still played fine, and I feel like even if I didn't have it, 9 times out of 10, you're still gonna be in a good spot, but it's still nice to have, especially against certain matchups like Dracotail and Mitsurugi. But anyways, we'll get into the Solfachord engine. So for the Solfachord engine, we're playing 3 Solfachord Happiness. This card, in my opinion, says Obedient School, but with less restrictions. So basically, it has 3 effects. The main ones that we worry about is discarding a card and 2 Solfachord monsters with different scales from each other to your hand. So this, you activate this, you don't discard until it resolves. So if they ash it, no big deal. But if they do ash it, that means whatever. But yeah, it also has an effect to where you can pendulum summon twice. That actually does come up because sometimes you already start with Promoa, so you add this. You already have Promoa and Cutie, so you add this, and the second pendulum summon does actually come up, and it does matter sometimes. So, and then the third effect lets you do special summon 2 from your scales, which it can't come up to. I hadn't personally used that effect, but it's still nice to have. And then we have the hard hitter of the deck, which is Promoa. You play 3 of these. So on summon, it adds any Solfachord card. So of course, you're either gonna be searching this, or either the Cutia or the Solfachia. So on summon, you search whichever one you need. When you pendulum summon, you can target 1 Solfachord in your scales and play it back in your hand. So that allows you to get your, you can either add this back, or you can add Solfachia back if you hadn't used the second effect, which I'll get to in a minute. And then the third effect is when you link summon a Grand Solfachord monster, you can add 1 of your Solfachord monsters from your extra deck back to your hand. So basically, it's setting up your scale. So it has 3 pretty good effects. Cutia on summon adds you a Solfachord monster from deck to hand. So you'll be either using it to add one of these 2. The other 2 effects aren't really relevant. It has an effect to gain attack, and its scale effect says your pendulum summons of your Solfachord monsters can't be negated. Those effects don't really come up, but they're still nice to know. Solfachia has the Marshmallow effect, where if you control no monsters, all the monsters you control are Solfachords, you can reveal it. You can activate the effect to special summon it. So its on field, on field effect is you can special summon a Solfachord from your hand. Yeah, I mean, and that's it. Or you can tribute this card and special summon a Solfachord from your extra deck or your graveyard. So these 2 are 1 card Yummy combo. So basically, this Solfachord engine is nuts. I'll get into the combos to explain a little deeper later, but this engine, I think it's way better than the Sky Striker engine, personally. It does suck if you get drolled. I mean, but it also sucks if you get drolled using the Sky Striker engine too. So to that point, I just feel like you're running 3 essentially of Obedient School. This 1 card, if it resolves, gets you 3 monsters on board and gets you to a 5th summon Omni Negate. So I think it's pretty good. I think the inboard is way better than Impure, but we'll move on to the non-engine. Playing 3 Fua, 3 Purge. I love the fact that you can still play Purge in this. There are no conflicts with. I used to hate the conflict with Kagari so much, where you're in a situation where you have to Purge, and then you have to make a Kagari, and then you're kind of like, you can't get your Hornet Drones back, and it's kind of like you're on thin ice, whether you can extend or not. But don't really have that problem in this deck, in this version of the deck. So I'm loving it. I can still play Purge. I love Purge all day. I'm on Chalice. I was on Chalice at locals. I'm main decking this basically in place of Imperm to stop our Thalion on my turn. Dracotail matchup is terrible, and it is so annoying going first when they have 5 mana. This could be Droplet, but at the same time, on my end board, I end with Herald over the Arclight, and I don't like having to use Droplet to send my spells. So I've settled on this. It worked out pretty well today. I got to Chalice a bunch of cards that would have hurt me if they resolved that Imperm couldn't stop because I had a card on the field. So I like this. I'm gonna keep testing it going forward. This could possibly be something I cut, but I liked it last night. It worked pretty well. I'm on 3 Bell and 3 Ash and 3 Droll and Lockbird as well. And then I'm playing Crossout, Talent, and Call By. I'd probably cut the Crossout. It was nice last night. It came up a lot, but I think I'll cut it going forward. I think this will be the card I cut going to put a Croaky back in the main deck. But yeah, that's the main deck. Like I said, it played really well. It's, like I said, to me, it's more explosive than Pure. But I'm going to keep testing it going forward. We'll move on to the extra deck. Yummy package, 3 Snatchy. Of course, you play Link Karibo with this package, and you play All Mirage. And then, of course, you got 1 of each of the Yummy monsters, and your Metal Marcher, and your Herald. Then we go into our Link 2s and above. We play IP, we play SP, we play Grand Solfachord Musicia, and Grand Solfachord Cutia, and Gorgon of Zilphathonia. So I explained what this does in the last video. So these are the links you go into off of your happiness plays. So the Musician does do something on field. You can swap out your scales for your monsters, your Solfachord monsters in your extra deck. So you can swap an even and an odd. You can put an even in the extra deck and put an odd in your hand, or vice versa. But you link into this while you have Cutia, while you have your 3 main deck monsters on the field. And then the promo allows you to add 1 back from the extra deck. But basically, this is just a name. I mean, it does have an effect. It doesn't come up much. The Akulia is your 5th summon Omni Negate. So basically, while you have an odd pendulum scale in this deck would be Solfachia. In your pendulum scale, you can special summon Solfachia to his own, this points 2, and then negate the activation. And then you can place an even scale in your extra deck if you want to, but that part doesn't really come up. So yeah, in the main deck combo, this is your 5th summon. So this makes you not necessarily Nib proof, but at least gives you a fighting chance against Nib. But yeah, having an Omni Negate as an inboard in this deck is nuts. So you actually end with 2 Omni Negates. All right, that's enough of that. We'll go to the extra side deck. So this is going first cards. I decided to play Judgment, DD Ground, Anti-Spell. Not really much to explain there. I tried out Soul Drain today because I was scared of Yummy Mitsu, and I was scared of Fire King, and I was scared of Dracotail. So going first, if you open this, there's not much those decks can do. You flip this up in the draw phase, and then they either have Lightning Storm or something to get this out the field, or they don't. But this kills those decks. Oh, and also Orcus Mitsu as well, and Orcus variants too. So yeah, I tried it out today. It was pretty, I never saw it today, but it was, in theory, it would have been nice. So going second cards, Thrust. I really just wanted Thrust to set DD Ground, but I can also set Purge, or I can add Happiness. So I figured it was worth playing at 2. And then I played 2 Dark Ruler and 2 Lightning Storm. And then the last 2, which are, in my opinion, are good going first or second, is Gravekeeper's Inscription versus the Dracotail and Mitsu matchups. Basically graveyard matchups, pretty much. I can at least shut the graveyard down. So that'll be it for the deck. So let's get into a little bit of a combo exhibition. All right, let's get into the combo exhibition. So this is opening with just Solfachord Happiness. So we'll go happiness effect to pitch and add 2 Solfacords with different scales to my hand. So we'll pitch to full. We will add Premoa and Solfachord. So, and happiness allows you to special summon monsters from your Solfachord monsters from your hand +1 to how many monsters your opponent controls. So even on turn 0, I can special summon Premoa for free. So we'll special summon Premoa here. Activate effect to add a Solfachord card from deck to hand. So we'll grab Solfachord Yummy. All right. Next, you will activate Solfachord Solfachord's effect to special summon itself from the hand, since all I control is Solfacords. Now we'll activate its effect to special summon a Solfachord from hand. So we'll special summon Yummy. Yummy effect, we will add another copy of Premoa. All right. Now we will link these 2 into Musician. Sorry, they go to the extra deck. So we'll go Musician. So on link summon, Premoa will trigger. We'll use Premoa's effect to add Solfachord back to hand. So now we'll go Solfachord. Make sure to activate Solfachord before you go into your next play. And then we'll activate Premoa. So we'll link these 2 off into Grand Solfachord Coolia. Premoa's effect will activate. I can activate this effect to add Premoa back to my hand if you want to. It doesn't matter at this point if you do it or not. Oh, I can't do it yet. Sorry, that's only on Pendulum Summon. So anyways, now this is your 5th summon. You have an Omni Negate because you have an odd pendulum scale. If your opponent attempts to interact with you, you just chain Coolia and special summon this to the zone it points to and negates that effect. All right, but we're gonna assume we're not getting interacted with. So we'll pendulum summon. So we'll bring these 2 back to the zones Coolia point to. Premoa's effect will add this to your hand. So now we will link off Premoa for Linkuriboh. Now we'll go into our Yummy engine. We'll link these 2 off for Cupsy. We go Cupsy effect to search. So we'll search Marshmallow and Cupsy. And we'll pitch to Marshmallow since we won't be using this effect. And this goes here. We'll link this off into a Snatchy. Snatchy effect to place Mignon. We will go Cookie effect. We'll special summon Cupsy. Cupsy effect to add Surprise. We'll synchro these 2 off for Lolipo. Lolipo effect, I'm gonna bring back Cupsy and Cupsy. We'll link these 2 off for Metal Marsher. Metal Marsher will target Cupsy to bring back. And I'm zoning these to avoid blocking Coolia zones so that in case they do have nib or some other, because this would be the nib point. Well, not just yet, but pretty soon would be the nib point. So we'll go, you can either link this off and use Mignon or you can go Surprise, but either way, we'll go Snatchy. Let's go Mignon targeting Cupsy again. And that makes us Herald. And I'm gonna put Herald here because I wanna clear these zones. I wanna have 1 zone free for Coolia. So Herald goes here. Next, we'll go Surprise to target Marshmallow. Marshmallow, target Surprise. And we never did normal summon. So if you wanted to, you can normal summon Premoa. Yep, if I could get him. This goes here, this goes here, and make an IP. So let's see, on our inboard, let's see, we have Omni Negate, link for SP or Zilphathonia. We have a bounce back to draw one and synchro plays on their turn, and we have a surprise interaction. So yeah, that's your inboard. That's off of one card, by the way. This is not counting the other cards that you have in your hand. So, yep. All right, last combo exhibition. So Cutia is the brick of the deck, so-called, but even it's not a brick even by itself. So even if this is your only normal summon play, let's say you open up a handful of trash cards, hand traps, whatever, you can normal summon Cutia effect. You're gonna add Solfachord. So Cutia, add Solfachord. You're gonna special the Solfachord using this effect since you only control Solfachords. Bring it out. Now you're gonna link Cutia off for link Karibo, or All Mirage, whichever one you want. But I'm just gonna use link Karibo in this example. Now we're gonna use Solfachord's effect. We're gonna tribute it to bring Cutia back. All right. So now we can go straight into our Yummy engine. You don't get all the cool Solfachord stuff, but at least you have a way to play. So basically back to the standard Yummy engine. So we go Cupsy, to grab Marshmallow, Cupsy, pitch Marshmallow, or whatever card in your hand that you don't have, that you don't care to keep. But for all intents and purposes, we're gonna get rid of Marshmallow for this one. We'll link. We'll go to Snatchy, Snatch effect, place Mignon. We'll special Cupsy effect to add surprise. Same old, nothing new. Synchro these two for Lolipo. Lolipo effect. We'll bring back Marshmallow and Cupsy. Go link these two for Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher will bring back Cupsy. Link these two to make Herald. Now we'll go link off into Snatchy. Effective Mignon, targeting Cupsy. We'll go surprise, targeting Marshmallow. Marshmallow effect, add surprise back. Set this. You can either leave these two and have a synchro play, or you can go into IP. Me personally, I'm probably gonna end on IP. And pass, and that's it. Hopefully these combos help. This is just a little sample. Obviously, there's gonna be variants of any combo, but these are your main combos to use your Solfachord engine for. So if you have any questions or anything, any questions, comments, just leave them in the comment section. Please like. Thanks again for watching. Medicine 88 out.